Hello and welcome to Sport Tonight. I'm Cecilia Omogbe in Lagos, and Merry Christmas to all of you watching us across the world. Of course, this is going to be another loaded package. I also know Konakwan Jeremy much later from London, but this is how the show looks like tonight. We'll be taking a look at, of course, what happened on Christmas Day. That's the homecoming of Asisat Oshoala, who won her 6th Ballon d'Or. You know, every year she does this football for girls championship. Of course, this one they had to do the homecoming because, I mean, the only African man, male or female, to win the Africa Player of the Year 6 times. So no other player have ever done that. So it's a record breaking for her. So homecoming, we'll talk about that. And also we'll count down to the Africa Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire in January. It's 18 days to go in that tournament. So of course, a lot of games going on in the English Premier League. Right now, Liverpool are top of the league table, 2 points clear. Ahead of Arsenal have a game on Thursday. When they play that, and if they win, Arsenal will go back to top. Of course, they'll just be leading by 1 point. It's West Ham that they're facing. If you remember what West Ham did to Manchester United over the weekend, you will understand how tricky that tie will be for Arsenal. Liverpool, you know, on their own, they were able to win their game against Burnley. Darwin Núñez and Diogo Jota coming as a substitute after Darwin Núñez was substituted. He gave the second goal, and Liverpool won that game 2-0. And earlier in the day, also have Newcastle well beaten by Nottingham Forest, to have a new coach, Nuno Espirito Santo, and of course that game ended 3-1. We'll talk more about that. And of course, MPFL, you also have games going on Wednesday and Thursday. We'll be having MPFL full loaded package on match day 16. And we'll touch down on tennis a little bit. What's Novak Djokovic up to? I believe the younger players, I've been talking about the players in their early 20s and of course early 30s, are thinking of when Novak Djokovic will retire so they can start winning Grand Slam. This year, Djokovic won the 3 of the 4 Grand Slams on offer, and also the ATP finals. He also won that, and he's saying that he's not ready to retire because who is the guy he's actually looking up to? Tom Brady. Yeah, remember Tom Brady, 22 seasons in NFL, and not just that, he was 45 when he retired from NFL, and Djokovic happens to be his very close friend. So if Djokovic is going to look up to Tom Brady to retire, so those tennis players, the likes of the younger players who are coming up, they will have to wait for a long time to start winning Grand Slam. Of course, Onjaba, what you up to this time? We'll also talk about Austin is ready to join me on the show tonight. Austin, you ready?
Sporting greetings to you, Cecilia. Happy Boxing Day to all our viewers joining us from different parts of the world. I see Boxing Day menu in the English Premier League getting everyone talking. What a story. 3 away wins, Liverpool back on top of the table. Let's see if Aston Villa can add to the misery of Manchester United, but they will not go top. If they win, they will only get tied on the same point with Liverpool, and they will wait to see what Arsenal can do against West Ham on Thursday. That's the English Premier League. So much still happening in our world of sports, Cecilia. I like what Asisat Oshoala is doing. I keep saying it that we can actually use sports to empower young people, and she's doing it for the young girls, and I love it so much. And everything happening in our world of sports, particularly those things that we don't get to talk much often because of the festive season. I like that tennis is also back on the menu, Cecilia.
Already back on the menu, of course. There's someone who is back with us in the studio, Rotimi Akindele. I was trying to remember the last time I actually sat down with him on the same show. It's been like 2 years or 3 years, yeah, Sport This Morning, you know, when the Sport This Morning was really on. And Rotimi used to be like irregular, but somehow, you know, when you work on the island and you work with how many radio stations, 3 in 1 or 5 in 1? No, there's so many. So it's always it's always difficult to have him coming on the show. But hey, the producer was able to bring him down on the show tonight. Rotimi, it's good to have you, and happy Boxing Day to you. And of course, Merry Christmas to you too.
Okay, good evening, Cecilia. Good to see you. Happy holidays, Austin. Been a while. Happy holidays, everyone. Good to be here. Maybe you were able to get me because it's a holiday. So
yeah, okay.
Just saying.
Just saying.
But it's nice to be on the show. It's good to be
nice to have you. All right, Austin. I mean, as you mentioned, it's a loaded package. Of course, we'll be having a player, Nigeria, joining us from. He's in Imo State right now. He's on holiday. Most leagues are on holiday. It's only in MPFL and also Yeah, MPFL and the English League that are still in action. Most of the leagues in Spain, in Germany, Hungary, everywhere you think about, they are all on break. And so we'll be having Meshach Ubochioma joining us in Nigeria International, who is eager to play for the Super Eagles. He will be reviewing the Nations Cup with us because we talked about his 18 days to go, and I know everyone is looking forward to. But I don't know if Rotimi will be in Cote d'Ivoire in January for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, especially with this campaign of Let's Do It Again.
Definitely. I mean, that's the campaign we're trying to drive. We're trying to do it again, win again since the last time out in 2013. But it's not going to be easy. It's not going to come easy.
Yeah.
Looks like for the first time, you don't even have debutants at the Nations Cup. Mm-hmm. It makes it tougher. Yeah. By now, loads of teams have gotten exposure here and there. You've got teams that have their players play abroad. Maybe it might not be in the top flight league, but the kind of exposure they get playing football outside of the continent always have this impact on the national teams, and that's why it's going to be a very tough Nations Cup. I'm looking forward to it, and then hopefully we can do it again from the Nigerian angle, but I can't come here and tell you we are actually going to do it again, but it's going to be very tough. That I can tell you.
Yeah, Austin, we know. I know your view about this one concerning Nigeria doing it again, yes or no. But I know it's a tough one. But there's someone that has been talking about the chances of Nigeria winning the Africa Cup of Nations again. I'm talking about Peter Nketiah. There's someone who has coached in the MPFL and also coached, the junior national teams. He understands what it takes to play for Nigeria. Austin, maybe we should listen to him, and then when we come back, we'll dissect what he had to say concerning having home-based players in the national team and also having the best players to represent Nigeria. And that's the only way Nigeria can win the Nations Cup again.
If you want to get the best, you get the players that are in top form. You don't just get players based on the fact that they have been part of the teams before. We are presently having issues, especially in the goalkeeping department. Several people have been crying out that Uzo, nobody says he's a bad goalkeeper, but he is not in shape. And for us to be able to win tournaments, we need to get our best legs. And I want to say here, without mentioning word, that Pasero was part of this Super 8 and Super 6 program that was held at the Onikon Stadium. Several talented home-based players that were discovered, but at the end of the day, you invite them to the camp, you don't give them opportunity to play. How do you get their how do you develop their talent? My own cry is that everybody should be invited. Everybody should be given maximum opportunity to fight for checks. You will find out that the foreign-based players, we are not saying they are not doing well, but at the end of the day, also give opportunity to the home-based players, because they also want to attain, make glory. They want to attain to that height also. But if we don't give them opportunity, how are they going to develop? That is the big question here. I have seen majority of the Nigerian home-based players play. I have been part of the system. I have coached both in the MPFL team, the NNL, and the NLO. I know that Nigeria still have players that can conveniently play in our national team, but I don't see the reason why the home-based players are being marginalized and not being given opportunity at all. I don't have fear with our team if the players are going to be committed. Our major problem is that our boys are not playing collectively as a team. You will find out that individually they are playing, everybody is trying to play according to his own name, according to his own prestige. You will find out that we have the best man that is in position to score the goal. He will not be given the pass. It is either the pass is going to be delayed or it is going to be overplayed. So that's the more reason why we are not scoring. With what we have, with the great talents we have, if collectively these boys can team up and be united to play as a unit, I see no reason why Nigeria will not win the Nations Cup. Because we have Osimhen, our greatest threat to any team is our attack and our midfield. The little areas where we have problems is our defense. I see no reason why that AFCON guy playing for Rangers is not being invited simply because of he had one issue or the other. Football is a game. It is either you take it or you leave it. The truth has to be said. But at the end of the day, because of your one result, you need to manage people. You need to manage people. At the end of the day, he has erred, fine. It does not mean that because of he had made mistake or maybe he's fighting for his right, he decided to blacklist him from the national team. You'll find out that we're having issues in our central defense. Our central defense and our goalkeeping department, that is the major cry we're having now. If we can take care of those places and our players create opportunities and we take our chances in scoring goals, you'll find out that we're going to win the Nations Cup.
I mean, you listen, Austin, you listen to Peter and Nketia highlighting and trying to let us understand what we need to do to win a Nations Cup again.
Yeah, no, I think you said pretty good things, and Peter comes with a lot of experience with local football in Nigeria, and this talk of always, questioning why we don't have enough players from the league representing Nigeria will not end until we fix the league in Nigeria. He used the word now that I won't subscribe to that. I don't like. He said marginalized. I don't think the players from the league are being marginalized. Cecilia wrote to me, when was the last time we had a complete league season in Nigeria that you can even use to assess a player? That's where we should even start from. We don't have properly organized league system in Nigeria. So until we have that, people will go back to the days of God bless his soul, late coach Stephen Keshi. Go and look at that year he picked 7 home-based players and see how competitive and well-organized the league was at the time. Okay. And the likes of Godfrey, of Wabona, Kenneth Omeru, we were playing proper football with Sunshine Stars, and some of the players that were called up, even Sunday at the time, was between the Rangers and Warri Wolves, and they were consistent. That's the word. Not now that we're having a bridge league season. Let's see where this current league is going to go. Let's see the kind of players we'll get out of it. Yes, the good thing is Coach Jose Pizarro has invited some players from the league. Let's hope that they make the final cut. And when they get an opportunity to represent Nigeria, they also take it. But Peter Nketiah mentioned something very, very interesting. He said, they need to start playing as a team. They need to start playing as a collective bunch. That's the synergy we've not seen in this current Super Eagles team. They're just all over the place. And we should stop calling individual players. If you want to go win the AFCON the way Senegal did, yes, they had Sadio Mane, but they had a solid team. The way Egypt had Mo Salah, they also had a solid team that took them to the final. Football is a team sport. If you have 3 players and the other ones are not good, then you're not going to get the result. Go ask Manchester United. Go ask Chelsea. It's a team sport. Everybody must be as good as the person that is even sitting on the bench that will come in to replace the other player. That's the only way. That's the quality. That's the collective team spirit, teamwork that makes football work, Cecilia.
All right, I think you nailed it there. We have to go to our guest in Imo State that will be joining us on the program. Of course, we're talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria, their chances, and also he's going to talk about his own club and, of course, country football. That is segment we'll go into that. So Mashak Ubo Chioma will be joining us on the program. Good evening. It's good to have you join us.
So Mashak, you need to unmute so we can hear you, please.
Okay, so when Meshach joins us again, we will, Rotimi, if you can just react quickly to what Austin mentioned about league. At that time, it was consistent, but now we had a bridge league, and sometimes you don't even know when it's starting. But I think what MPFL has done this season, Wolves has something really good coming up.
So we're running a full-blown 38 weeks league right about now. It's not abridged, as it were. But then again, what Austin said made a lot of sense. You had... Maybe it wasn't the best of leagues then, but at least there was this consistency. You could point out Obwabona, Omero, Sunday Umba, and the likes who were part of that team at that point. This time around, it's not like we don't have players that we've been able to identify over the last season that we had the abridged league in court, and now even this season that is nearing game week 16, as it were. It's not like you can't point out players who have shown, that they deserve to be part of the national team. But then again, I'm not going to take it from the angle of are we marginalizing or not. I'm looking at getting players that are hungry.
All right.
to do it for the green, white, green when they get on the pitch. And that's why I feel maybe we should have some home-based players as part of the Super Eagles. That's just from the angle I'm looking at it from. Not about the league or about the quality, but players that when they put on that jersey, they want to get on the pitch and tell you, I'm playing for Nigeria. We can't afford to drop points or we can't afford to lose this game. Let us give it our best shot. That's all I'm after.
Yeah. Hungry players. All of us are after that. Meshach is ready to join us now. Good evening. It's great to have you join us.
Yeah, good evening. Happy holidays to everyone in this show. I'm delighted to be in this show, and I hopefully say some important things, to Nigerians.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Also, important things you want to say to Nigeria. So let's get it started. I know you're looking forward to the Nations Cup. Yes, you're not part of the team yet, but I believe there's one or two things you may have seen with the team that you feel, okay, we can really win the Nations Cup. What do you think?
I mean, in terms of talent, Nigerian national team, we have a lot of talent. We have good strikers like likes of Victor Osimhen. Victor Boniface is in top form at the moment. So, like the interview I just watched, we were talking about collectively, and we have to play like a team. If you want to win the Nations Cup, because we have the chance to win. As a nation, because. I feel like in the whole AFCON, we have the most talent, to win the Nations Cup. So we have to play like a team, and hopefully, take our chances, because sometimes we get too close and we miss easy chances, But if we can, convert our chances and play like a team, of course, we have a chance to win the trophy.
Interesting. I believe Austin is in London. He's got some couple of questions for you. Austin?
Yeah, Meshach, let's talk about your club football career. Could you just take us through a journey of how club football has been for you?
I mean, it's been great. I've already spent 4 years in Hungary, playing in the top flight in the league. I had a good season, played against AC Milan, had my goals. I scored a goal against AC Milan, played against Union Berlin, and I scored. Recently, we just got knocked out from the Conference League, but it was a good experience, So I played the Conference League this year. So it's a good league, It's a good league, Playing there also is a really huge opportunity and a really nice place to develop as a player, So I think it's a great journey so far for me.
Okay, I like it. Let's go back to the Super Eagles of Nigeria now. I like when you started talking, you mentioned that we've got powerhouses in front, Victor Boniface, Victor Osimhen. You have good players doing it for Nigeria in terms of forward play. There's Ademola Lookman. You can go on and on, Samuel Chukwueze. Excuse me. We don't seem to get the result these days. What do you think is the major problem with the Super Eagles from a player's perspective, and how can we fix it?
Okay, from a player's perspective, I feel like sometimes the players don't give the players don't give 100%, during the games, because I feel like if they play the way they play in the leagues, like in their clubs. If they play the same with the same passion, I heard someone mention about playing with passion, playing for the badge, So if they can play with passion and play how they play in their various clubs, of course, I think we can win. We will win the league, the cup.
I will take it back to Cecilia, but you need to tell me this: you get a chance to play for the Super Eagles tomorrow. What can you do differently?
Of course, I will help the team. Will help the team a lot, get goals, get assists, That's what I'm made of. So I hope one day I can get a chance to play there, so I can prove to the whole country what I can do.
I love that about that. If he's ready, he will obviously prove himself. But we need to go on a break. Yeah, Meshach is still with us on the program. Meshach, you talked about the fact that if you're given opportunity, of course, you'll be ready, to play. I mean, I know you play forward, from the right wing. Which is your best position, really? And if you're coming in, what position do you think you fit in internationally?
I mean, I can play both sides well, left wing and right wing, but I prefer to play from the right wing because it's more easier to cut in or cut outside. So for me, I prefer to play from the right. For me, it's more easier. I can cut inside, I shoot, I can cut outside, and also give a cross or try to shoot with my right foot. So right wing is a better option for me.
Interesting. We have so many players in that position, right? We have Moses Simon is there, Chukwueze is also there. We have some of these fantastic players there. And you just talked about the fact that the reason why sometimes we don't win games is because players are not ready to give that 100%. Is there a reason for that when players come to national team, they don't bring that A game? You see them within their clubs.
I mean, in the clubs, you have to play for your position, And I feel like in the national team, some of the players already know they're going to play. So, and if they see that they are playing maybe against a smaller country, I think they feel like are we going to win? So, so they just don't give 100%. And I mean, sometimes also I understand because of the travels and maybe because they play a lot of games, but when they play, you can see from the zeal and from the feeling that they want to win, But like I said, most of the time is because if they play against lesser countries, they have the confidence, just believe they're going to win, and then they don't give 100%. But like I said, if they can give 100% like the way they play in their clubs, sure, we will win the cup.
I love that. But how far do you think we can go? I mean, generally, how far do you think the Super Eagles can go at the Nations Cup? And if Super Eagles are not winning it, which other country do you think can win the Nations Cup in Cote d'Ivoire?
I mean, for me, Super Eagles have the most chance to win. If you play like a team and if you can use the talent we have, But I think if you play really bad, maybe we can get knocked out at the semifinals, And like Egypt, they have a solid team. Tunisia also. Morocco, they went far in the what's it called, World Cup. So I think Egypt, Morocco, Senegal, they have a chance to win also. But for me, I'm rooting for my country, Nigeria, and I hope we can use our talent, and then bring the trophy home.
For obvious reasons, of course, but before I let you go, finally, for club this season, what will be a fulfillment for you?
I mean, for a club this year, what would be a fulfillment for me is, taking the next step, moving to the higher leagues. Hopefully, then the whole country will see me play, and then they can give me opportunity to come to the national team one day, So that's my fulfillment this year. If I can get that, that's it.
All right, Meshach, all the best to you and your club career and also your aspiration to play for Nigeria. And thank you so much for taking out time to join us this holiday season. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, I mean, Rotimi, you listen to him. You have so many players out there who are really hungry to want to wear the jersey. And sometimes the ones we have that are currently wearing it, we see the body language actually when they play and you're asking, okay, is this all we've got?
Exactly. One of the very vital things you mentioned was the passion. Of course, I mean, that was what I was saying with the MPFL or the players that play on the home front. If you are looking for players that are ready to exhibit or, whatever they do in their clubs for the national team, those are the kind of players we should be after. Not the ones that just truly, just have this mindset that I always get a shirt. And then even when you get a chance to start or play, you just play that lethargic kind of football, and then the entire over 200 million people, you just leave everyone upset and angry. But I think, picking from what he said, the passion is key. If you can replicate what you do at your club side when you're wearing that national team jersey, then I think we can go far. And I think it's fair for him saying that we can even get to the semifinals. Interestingly, that was the contract Pesero has. Get to the semifinals. So if we can, maybe we can forgive him and let him stay on. But anything below the semifinal spot will be a bad tournament for Nigeria as far as some of us are concerned. So, but like I said earlier, it's going to be a tough tournament, but we should be able to do it right if we play as a team, like Austin had alluded to earlier as well.
Yeah, but I think a semi-final giving to a coach, yeah, I think that's poor. All right, but we'll leave it at that because, I mean, we know those who employed him, they know the reason why they had to give him a semi-final target with the stars that we have. With the
Stars don't play football.
Stars don't play football, but team play football, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Let's leave the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And if we continue to dissect that team, would not live here. Let's talk about the homecoming of Asisat Oshoala after winning her 6th African Player of the Year title. I mean, when she started, the first time she won it, she started a football for girls, tournament that she plays every year. Before, she used to bring in superstars like Osimhen, Odengalo, Kenan Tumeru. We see a lot of them. December 26th, they come to Lagos. They play charity game, exhibition games. But she tried to take a step further after she had Asisat Oshoala's Academy and started this football for girls. And of course, this homecoming was also an opportunity for those girls to play. I mean, during the time on Christmas, the white people were busy eating rice, drinking, and everything. I mean, she was actually trying to give opportunity to more girls to play football. And you can see the dignitaries that were there at the event, NFF board member Aisha Falode, of course, Toyi Bitoye also part of it. So Deji Omotoyibo was also there. So many top journalists and also administrators were right there at the event to actually grace the occasion for her homecoming. She actually brought that trophy down to the pitch, where most of the girls had to see it for them to dream and aspire to be like that. A lot of girls here, especially as Asisat Academy, I mean, know of a player who is now with the under-20 team. Trying to remember her name now. She's now with the under-20 team. Played the games they played against Tanzania. So that's something like a plus when you're having something like this. Austin.
I love it. I always talk about it that this is the way to go when we've got, footballers that are doing so well. They must find a way to impact society. They must find a way to, touch lives with it. I always talk about the power of sports to transform lives and what Asisat Oshoala is doing with a foundation, doing for the community. It's just remarkable. And I just want more footballers to do this. Desire Partners, I think, does something like this. Uche Nakano is about to get into something like this. We need more female footballers to get into this empowerment, to get young girls into football, Cecilia.
Mm-hmm. Rosimi, I know you follow women's football so much and everything, and that's one thing I like about you, following the game and also talking the game, watching it every time. And this happened in Surulere, the Bajabia Miller mini stadium right there. When you have facilities and remember, she used to do this at Unicom Stadium. She's done it at Agege. And now, you have new facilities cropping up and you've been utilizing it.
I mean, I just like the fact that she's been consistent with this.
Yeah.
I mean, she 8
years now.
Exactly. Some factors could have frustrated you. And one of the factors is facilities, like you said, especially if you have to pay for this to give back to the society. But the fact that she stayed consistent, I think she has a very good team that helps her, monitor these girls in the academy. And then we've watched some of them grow from the academy and get into the under-17s, under-20s, and even play club football in the NWFL. So it's a very laudable move, laudable project. And I mean, I was just asking you, where was that? And then you told me, that's a plus. Yeah. That means if we can have centers like that, across the state, then it's not just Asisat that will be running academies or foundations or programs, to see that sports is developed in Nigeria. We can have other players, come back, or different athletes from other sports come back and wanting to do this. But you must have the facilities, and this is a big one. But then again, credit to her as well. Her consistency was seen to the fact that women's football is developed is very, very laudable.
Yeah, it is. I mean, everyone is obviously happy about it. Let's take a listen to her and also listen to Aisha Falode talking about this tournament and also what this will do for the girl child and how to also grow the women's game in Nigeria.
I think for me it's very simple. I love my job. I love what I do. I try to be consistent, which is actually one of the most difficult things to do. To stay consistent is actually it takes dedication. You have to love what you do as well. I think I love my job, and I tell myself every day I want to be better than who I was yesterday. To be honest with you, I think when I look back at how I started playing soccer, I know I had friends back then who were even better players, but there were limited opportunities. So I feel like I just want to create more awareness regarding women's football and also create opportunities for the younger generation so they can actually achieve their dream. I feel like female football is actually is gradually getting better every year. The awareness is there, everything is there now. So it would be awesome to for my teammates, for my friends, and everyone who would love to invest in football to actually look at the women's side as well. It will encourage a whole lot of kids, and it will create more opportunities for them.
She's become like a role model to so many young girls now, and this is what we are. We continue to preach that when you are giving so much, you must give back. She's giving back in a way that is unique, in a way that is impactful, in a way that is unusual, in a way that is meaningful. And you are going to have so many young girls who are going to inspire and aspire to be like Asisat for what she has done with women's football in Africa, in the world. It's amazing. She's become an asset. I mean, this is so unbelievable. You can see the crowd here. You can see so many young girls here. You can see the support. You can see the quality of football. And I'm told she's been doing this since 8 years. And each edition keeps getting better. And you have one of her players in this academy who is already a national team player in the under-17. And I'm seeing so many qualities in the team, not only in the Asisat, Oshoala team, but in the other teams that have come to play here. So that is to tell you that the future of women's football in Nigeria is endless. It is great. If we can have this quality in the academies, then you know that we are not about to go anywhere but the top anytime soon. And this is the academy that these players are investing in. Once you can get the grassroots, you can mobilize that desire, that interest, and that the platform. This is a platform that Asisat has given to them. Without this platform, we would never have known about these girls, perhaps. And so many other players are doing that. Even the Rashida that you mentioned now has also started a foundation. So has Monday Gift. Alimat Ayinde is doing hers in the north. So you see, the players are giving back. They are encouraging many more young girls. So the future really of international dominance is in the grassroots, and the grassroots is the academy.
Yeah, Austin, you're nodding your head over everything she is talking about. I mean, I love this grassroots aspect because you need to build from the scratch. Check all the superstars we have in the Super Falcons, for instance, right now. I mean, Rashida Ajibade, Monday Gift, Asisat Oshoala, just Chiamaka Nnadozie. I mean, on and on and on and on. Check the awards that we won at the, CAF Awards. I mean, all the players who won, the three of them started from whom? Osimhen, Asisat, Chiamaka Nnadozie. And you just look at it and then you see what grassroots have actually produced. What are we waiting for? Put money into this and let's do more.
And I like the fact that the players are taking their destinies into their hands now. We're no more waiting for the NFF. We're not waiting for the government. If they can do the basics, which we expect them to do, provide the right infrastructure for the likes of Asisat to go, take an academy or take young girls to go play, and then the right enabling environment, then we're fine. So if Chiamaka Nnadozie and Uchenna Kanu complained that, when they were starting, women's football didn't get any support, the mentions weren't there, they didn't get attention, the only thing they can do now, Cecilia, is to change the narrative. And that's what they're doing. And when Aisha Falade was mentioning what different Super Falcons players are doing in different regions, it gladdens my heart because that's how to make a change. Look at yourself in the mirror and be the change. And that's what the Super Falcons players are doing. And I'm so proud of them. That's how to develop women's football. That's how to empower a young girl who's got a talent. She can can hold a ball, she can dream, but she doesn't have an environment, or she doesn't have someone to inspire her to, fulfill that dream. Now she's got Rashida Tajibade, she's got Asisat Oshoala, she's got Uche Nakanu, she's got Chiamaka Nadozie, Alimatu Ainde. She's got so much super focus players who are not just playing football, but they are doing so well to inspire and say, believe in yourself. They are not just playing the football, they are giving back to society, saying we believe that you can even be better than us and what we have done. This is what we should be doing for women's football. Get more conversations into the mix. Remember when Nkechi Obi came and said, look, what we need to do first is to build a brand out of women's football. Now, this crop of super focus players, what they are doing, they are helping in building that brand. And look, Cecilia, in about 5 to 10 years' time, the level at which women's football would get to Nigeria, it will be so admirable. I love it.
All right, let's stay with women's football. Quickly touch down on this one. The four connect, the game they were supposed to play against Burundi. It will no longer be in Burundi. It will now be in Dar es Salaam. That's according to FIFA, because the stadium they were supposed to use is not a playable pitch. So Bujumbura, that's where they're supposed to play the game, but now it will now be in Dar es Salaam. The first leg is coming up on the 14th in Dar es Salaam. The second leg will be in Abuja, and that's on the 20th of January. So the four continents, of course, they are already in camp. They have to start preparing for that game. The winner of both legs will qualify for the FIFA Under 20 Women's World Cup in Colombia. This is because you now have 24 teams. That's the reason it was 16 in Costa Rica last year, but this time around they will now have 24 teams. So you have 2 more countries in Africa going to the FIFA Under 20 Women's World Cup. So much going with FIFA, especially with the development of the game. More teams, more girls, more ladies given opportunity to play football. So leave that there and quickly go to this one. Let's talk about the NPFL now. We have to start with games that will be played on Wednesday. Of course, we'll talk about games that will be played on Thursday. But the game on Wednesday, Sunshine Stars and Doma United. That's the game that will be played on Wednesday. And every other game on match day 16 will now be on Thursday. We can take a look at that now. Talking about Sunshine Stars and Doma United. That's one of the games for tomorrow. Then on Thursday, we have Abia Warriors and Gombe. That's the game we have on Thursday. Yes, I mentioned this earlier. Wednesday's fixture for match day 16, Nigeria Premier Football League, Sunshine Stars and Doma United. Let's flip over to all the games that will be played on Thursday. And of course, that's where you have other games that involves Bayelsa United will be in action against Enyimba International. Enugu Rangers and Shooting Stars will also be in action. Heartland and Remo Stars will also be in action on Thursday. And Kano Pillars and Kwara United will also lock horns against each other. Let's look at other games also happening on Thursday in the Nigeria Premier Football League. Katsina United and Akwa United in action. Lobby Stars and Niger Tornadoes and Plateau United and Sporting Lagos. Rivers United and Bende Insurance. Rivers United, of course, want to win this to climb out of that bottom they are currently in. When you look at their position, not looking pretty because of, yes, they've got 5 games in hand. Yeah, or 6 rather. 5 games, but then at that position, like they've lost 50% of their games so far because of where they're currently on now. And
games you have in hand doesn't necessarily mean you have the points, being stored for you. Anything can happen. You can ask Enyimba the experience in that one. So I'm sure Rivers United will want to do whatever they can, to get all 3 points in that game. But it's a tough opponent. It's Bendel Insurance, a very compact side. Don't know how to concede much. Don't know how to score much goals, but very difficult to break down. That'll be a tough fixture for Rivers United on Thursday. I think Plateau United Sporting Lagos looks like that might be an easy one for Plateau United. They sure know how to score at home in Jos. Sporting Lagos are no good travellers. So I don't see them, except they decide to put up a very staunch defensive approach for this one. I don't think they can come up with anything away in Jos. But it's football. It's just like biscuit. You never can tell where it will crack. So, but I'm going to see Plateau United get that one. Lobby Stars as well, still within the top 2, top 3. I think they might get an easy one over Niger Tornadoes. The struggling Akwa United is a big worry. If they don't start picking points now, I think they might just have, a terrible season. They're not having it good already, but they have to change it, and then they have to start picking points. But this is also an away trip. If they can at least pick a point, maybe it might just reshape their season and then give them that belief that something can be done. Now that they have a new manager, it's not been confirmed yet who's going to replace Fatal. Probably from tomorrow we might get a scoop on that one. But then again, I'm sure the players will look at themselves. We need to start picking points if we don't want to play in the NNL, next season. So I mean, exciting fixtures. I'm keeping an eye on Sunshine Stars and Doma as well. Doma being one of the go-to teams this season that you always want to watch. So it's going to be an exciting one. And then let's see, week 16, we're stopping at Christmas. Remo Stars, they go over to Owerri. A tough one, no doubt. But then again, that belief that we can do it this year seems to be working for Remo Stars. They travel well. If they don't win, at least they play for a point. I think I can count just a few games that they've lost on the road. But going to Owerri, it looks like something they can actually go through and at least pick up something. So exciting fixtures all the way, and we're looking forward to all of the games.
All right, Austin, which of these games are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I'd like to see what Rivers United and Bendel Insurance can produce. That would be, a good talking point for the league, and all of what we've seen this season, particularly with Bendel Insurance. Let's see if they can take advantage of Rivers United and their struggles from the continent. I would also like to see what Kano Pillars and Kwara United we give, because Kano Pillars seem to be that team that when we don't want to talk about them, they just do something for us to talk about them. So they're home to Kwara United. Kano Pillars, they're 7th on the log. Kwara United, I see them as a very decent team. A team that on a good day, if they want to play good football, they can get that stunning result. They're 11th on the log. Let's see what they can do against that one. Doma United and Sunshine Stars will also be interesting. There's no way we'll talk about the league these days and not talk about Doma United. They won their last game 1-0. Sunshine Stars went to Uyo, played goalless draw. So they're both in fine form, to go against each other. So let's see what football will give us with that one. Sunshine Stars and Doma United.
We'll see. We'll keep our fingers crossed on Thursday. Now, quickly, we'll go to EPL. We'll talk about games that have been played earlier. So, Nottingham Forest happened to be the biggest win. Newcastle scored first, but somehow they fell short. All right, let's look at the fixtures for Wednesday. Brentford and Wolves will be in action. Chelsea and Crystal Palace. You have Everton and Manchester City. That's the games you have for Wednesday. But the games earlier played today, wanted to see that first with Nottingham Forest and Newcastle. Newcastle, losing at home against Nottingham Forest 3-1. As I mentioned earlier, they've got a new coach, Nuno Espirito Santo, so he was able to get them firing again. And also you have Liverpool also winning against Burnley, and that's why they're top of the league. Aston Villa and Manchester United currently locking horns. They're in action right now as we speak. And of course, if Aston Villa gets to win this, they're going to be second on the log. Austin, we just need to wrap this up and go.
I know, Cecilia, I couldn't wait to tell you that in the space of 4 minutes, Manchester United conceded twice. So at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 0, Aston Villa 2. In the 22nd minute, John McGinn, puts the visitors ahead, and then in the 26th minute, Manchester United conceded again, sloppy defending, and that's what we have at Old Trafford. Yeah, that's the show. In London, I'm Austin Okonakman. In everything you do, remember, let's keep talking sports. Bye for now.
Rotimi, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you for having me.
All right, okay, what do I have here? Yes, I was talking about this scoreline. Newcastle and Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth and Fulham. Bournemouth winning, Sri Lanka scoring, and Luton, and of course Sheffield. That game was a cracker, 3-2, and Liverpool and Burnley. That's how it ended. We can leave you with pictures coming from Novak Djokovic when he talked about the fact that he doesn't know when he was going to retire because he's targeting Tom Brady's record. Tom Brady retired at 45 after 22 seasons in NFL. So if you think about that, Djokovic will play till he's 45. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Have a good night's rest.
Thank you.